And a motion to come out of closed session.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'll read the resolution. Whereas the Wythe County Board of Supervisors has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas Section 2.2-3712 of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by the Wythe County Board of Supervisors that such a meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the Wythe County Board of Supervisors hereby certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the closed meeting to which this certification resolution applies, and only such public business matters as were identified in the motion convening the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered by the Wythe County Board of Supervisors.
I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll do a roll call vote. Dr. Hausman?
Aye.
The chair votes aye. Motion passes. Now we'll move into our regular agenda that's supposed to start at 7. It's 7:05. Would everybody please stand for our invocation? We have Jonathan Hemmett from Grace Lutheran Church do our invocation.
And I understand you're coveting prayers for a quick meeting, and I covered your prayers as well, as I am taking 6 teenagers from our parish to Detroit, Michigan at 5 a.m. in the morning. And as we go, as you all do in your job, opening your eyes to new and different ventures, so we are as well. Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we do give you thanks for this place that we are privileged to call home, these beautiful mountains which surround us and remind us of your grandeur. We give you thanks for these folks whom you have called to be in service to the people of Wythe County. We pray that you would give them guidance and wisdom this night as they discuss matters, whether they are important or mundane, to govern your people in righteousness, with righteousness and for justice for all. Guide us in your care, keep us in your wisdom, hold us always in your love as we look out for the least of these, our brothers and sisters. We pray this in all things in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Join me in the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank everyone for attending. Appreciate everyone that comes out. We move right into our agenda. We have citizens' time. Ms. Castle signed up. Good evening, sis.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Guess why I'm here? It's in regard to the voting machines, and I'm representing the electoral board. Time is kind of becoming of the essence of whether we get to receive those or not to receive them, and I'm just here to ask some information tonight.
Mr. Dalton, where we at on that process?
You've got the bids in your board package. Results of bids for voting machine equipment to pass the resolution in about 5 minutes.
I'd be happy to wait, I just, no problem.
Is that quick enough?
Yes, sir, that'd be great.
Is that quick
Yeah.
enough?
But I guess you all know that we just need to get them in, and we've got our electronic,
Have you got the books in from the state?
yes, we've gotten those. And so it's just the machines, and as a lot of other counties are having to order new machines this year, it seems like our vendors trying to keep us ours if we're going to be able to have a go on it. But so we'll anxiously sit here and see what happens.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Roy Coat?
Roy who?
Cooks?
Roy
Coat?
Roy Cox.
Cox. Okay. Looks like a
Anyway, that's
P.
all right.
New glasses.
But I've been here a few times before. Some of you know why I'm here. But most of the time it was about the road. It was a kick in the head for us there. And now the bridge is gone. So we got another 3 miles each way we go every time we go out to anywhere. And most of the time we got to go out every day for something. And we're here. I've got a bunch of signatures here all on Pope Road and other residents that supports us. Wishing you guys would hurry up. I know I've heard that it wasn't going to be replaced. And I heard it's going to be up to 2 years. So we would like to get it back as soon as possible because it's a real burden to have to travel around. And the road is rough as it can be, and it's sort of narrow where the ditch is washed out. My car has been in the ditch twice with the granddaughter trying to pass. So it's really bad. So if you would, I'll present these to you, and you can look them over and see there's a lot of people that like to have that bridge back.
Okay, Mr. Collins.
I'll give them to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
being that I can see the need, the safety need, farmers out there traveling that extra 3 miles with an old baler or something other on the back of the tractor, I'd like to make a motion, we pass a resolution that they replace the bridge. On Sidling Road,
Saddling Road.
Have a motion to pass a resolution to have the bridge replaced, requesting VDOT to have the bridge replaced. Is there any more discussion?
Mr. Chairman, could I ask, or make a suggestion that we send copies of this to our U.S. senators and House of Representatives and the state delegates to see if, while it really needs some emergency money to get it attended to, the cost of it's more than what we have available in the 6-year plan, so.
Mr. McRoberts, will you amend your motion to include that? You still second that, Mr.
I still
Horn?
second that.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Horning?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Okay, moving on, Paul Matthews.
Yes, I ain't no stranger out here, but I'm here on behalf of the bridge and Pope Road. And like Brother Cox said, it's a place coming up the hill from Powder Mill Road. It's only 2 or 3 places in about a quarter of a mile that you can even pass a vehicle. It's washed out ditch about this deep on each side of the road. And like he said, his daughter been in the ditch twice with a car trying to pass another vehicle. It's uncalled for. They could fill that ditch line in and widen that road back out like it's supposed to be instead of just letting it go like it is. And down towards Guava Lane there, off the top of the hill, it's a drain pipe across the road down there. It's been filled up with dirt for the last 10 years. They're supposed to cleaned it out and fixed it. They ain't done it, and every time it rains hard, it just washes the whole hill right down, crisscross across the road and back, and it's no good. And also on that bridge line, only thing it really damaged was the 2 pillars in the middle, and they could pour it down back within 2 weeks and set the old bridge back in place and had the bridge back in place. Instead of that, they put a barricade up and hauled the old bridge off and forgot about it. And it's no good. I mean, stupidity is stupidity. It makes no difference who does it. And they don't use no common sense anymore. So somebody needs to do something about it. And when the state talks about they ain't got no money to do this and that and the other, the governor got up this morning was on the news this morning and announced that they have $530 million in surplus, and they's going to give some of the employees a pay raise, well, they can use some money to do some things like we need to done. So we need to get on to it and get something done about it as soon as possible, because it is a hindrance and it makes it difficult on people. And appreciate anything that you could do. We could get Channel 10 out and get it on the news, and I guarantee somebody will do something about it. If we have to go that far, we can go that far. But it's time people begin to do something to help the neighborhoods. Instead of taking their tax money and done nothing, they need to give us a little bit of service back in exchange. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Matthews. And we will, Mr. Dalton, will you call or send Mr. Russell an email on the culvert that's stopped up on Pope Road?
I will.
Yeah, it's between Galway Lane and coming back towards Powder Mill up on the hill about halfway down. That drain's been stopped up for 10 or 12 years, completely full. And when they replaced the drain pipes down to the bottom of the hill next to the creek, they said they had a pressure washer. They could wash that drain out and clean it out. They never touched it. I ain't never been back to look at it, I don't think, so. It's still stopped up. Every time it rains, it just washes the whole hill.
Well, we'll see Mr. Russell at House Bill at the session tomorrow in Mount Rogers. We'll bring that up.
And on the other side, going towards Powder Mill Road, every time it rains hard, it just washes them side ditches out deeper and makes the road a little bit narrower. And need something done about that. Need to fill them in and widen the road back where to at least could pass on it without getting in the ditch. Because that makes it, you drop a car off on the in the bottom, hit the bottom, you can knock the oil pan out or transmission or anything. Ain't no good.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews. That's everybody that signed up for citizens' time. Does anybody else would like to speak? Here none, I'll close citizens' time. Next item on the agenda is approval of the January 30th, 2015 minutes. I entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve.
I have a second.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the June 30th meetings. Any corrections or changes need to be made? Hearing none, I'll do a roll call vote. Dr. Hausman?
Aye.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. Minutes are approved. Next item on the agenda is payment of invoices. I entertain a motion to pay the invoices.
Mr. Chairman, I move to pay the invoice.
I have a second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to pay the invoices. Any invoice any board member would like to discuss? Hearing none, I'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Horning? Aye.
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 The chair votes aye. Moving right along to old business. We got anything under old business, Mr. Dalton?
Yes, we do. The Agricultural Exposition Center. We have been working with the appointed committee. We had asked for permission to make application to the Tobacco Commission for $3 million.
So with that being said, I'd make that motion that we make that application to the Tobacco
Commission. Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion and a second to apply for the grant to the Tobacco Commission for $3 million. Any discussion?
For who? For the county?
The county's the only one can make the application the way I understand it now. The application we'll use the current purchase price plus previous costs for water and sewer and some of those studies as matching dollar for dollar. That's how much we can get up on matching dollars.
Okay, all right, restrictions. I know that there have been a couple of businesses that, haven't met requirements and loans have to be paid.
We've done full repayment on the one business.
Well, no, I understand that. I know, but what I mean by this, are there performance requirements with this?
You will enter a contract that'll be brought forth at a later date if it's awarded. There will be a performance agreement that stipulates a time frame, your matching dollars, and what you're going to construct.
Any more discussion?
But this is just a motion to apply for the grant. I mean, it's not to actually agree to the grant.
But, I mean, is there a possibility we'll apply for the grant and they'll say, they'll give us $3 million and we say no?
I mean, it'll be a board vote.
It's up to their board. And money will go to the county, not, is it the Appalachian Agriculture? Appalachian Export?
The county is the governmental entity that to apply and to make any kind of performance agreement. The Appalachian, the 501(c) group currently hasn't spent enough to make that match through land and other things. They did fund a study, I believe, maybe 2 studies.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, I'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Horning?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
Aye. Motion passes 5-1. I know you had this under other waiving fees for building permit.
You want me to explain it, him to explain it? Or just make the motion? Basically, I just need to make a motion that we waive the building permit fees for the Wythe County Rural Retreat Fair Association for their fair that they're going to have. I think it's first week in August. They're going to have blow-up bouncy houses, and I think Swell said it amounts to like $51 or something that we're waiving.
Have a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote. Dr. Hazelton?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes.
I have one more thing while we're on the fair, if you want to go there.
Go ahead, Mr. Horning.
I haven't talked to Mr. Dalton about this, so I don't even know if it's something we can or can't do, whatever. I went to a Rural Retreat Wythe County Fair Association meeting the other day, and they have got like 3 or 4 positions open on their directors, and they were looking for directors, and I made the suggestion to them that since they were asking the county for money, that maybe they ought to ask the board to appoint a board member to be on their directorship. And I volunteered if we agree to do that, that I would be it at least until I'm no longer in office or until the first of the year.
Oh.
Any other comments on,
Is that a motion?
I'll make that as a motion.
Before you make that motion, can we ask the county attorney, there's a limit, there's certain things you can, as board members sit on and can.
Oh, real? Okay.
if there's no restrictions, then
If no restrictions, then I'll certainly amend it to that.
we'll bring that up at the next board meeting, the day meeting at the end of this month.
Okay.
July the 21st, is it board training in Carroll County?
Robinson Farmer Cox is doing board training from 9 to 12 at the Carroll County, I guess, governmental center for board members concerning finance and development and audits and things for anybody that would like. Deanna asked if I could come up with a number that if anybody that would like to attend, it's free of charge, just takes the time and the effort to get over there.
What time is it?
9 to 12 on the 21st.
I will go. Is anybody else?
I would, I can't though, I have an appointment that day.
But did you say this month?
July 21st. I believe that's next Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Yeah. We got a water committee meeting that morning.
Appreciate it.
Well, we'll be out by that time.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I'll go with 10.
Okay. And the last item under other is the county official summit in Richmond, August 13th.
It's August 13th and 14th. If anybody's interested in that, Mr. Reeves has to stay the 13th and 14th. He's our regional director for VACO. I hate to abandon Mr. Reeves, but I plan on driving down that morning and coming back that night. Your board of directors is on Friday, so
Yeah,
you can't do that.
Yeah, I've got 2 meetings on Friday, so I can't do that. I'll drive down myself. I think Joe wanted to go if he is back and able to go that on the 13th. Does any other board member want to attend? It's a good thing. I mean, you learn a lot in that day of training.
And the agenda is 12:45, there's this presentation concerning finance. At 1:30, there's a presentation concerning federal issues of interest to county. Then workforce development is 2:30, transportation is 3:15. And when that's over, I'm headed to Wythe County.
And I have a VACO board meeting on Friday and a steering committee meeting. So, does anybody else want to attend? Hearing none, I guess that is all. Okay, anything else under old business, Mr. Dalton?
No, sir.
Okay, moving right along in the other new business, Building and Grounds Committee report.
Can we do it, or you?
You can do it there, Troy.
Building and Grounds Committee met on June 7, 2015, recommending amending and appropriating $4,400 to repair a coil leak in boiler number 3 at the judicial building. This includes parts, installation, and cost to recertify the boiler.
Okay, coming from committee, it doesn't need a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll do a roll call vote.
Before you call a vote,
Yes.
while we're replacing the coil in that one, the boilers in that building, we built it, I think, in 1998. They're now 17 years old. The typical lifespan of a boiler is 15 to 20 years, so that needs to be part of your budget discussions next year of how a replacement schedule for all those boilers.
That's what I was gonna ask, is, does it make sense to spend that kind of money to repair that, or, I mean, is there no way we can replace it?
Well, the difference in cost, I think it's beneficial now, because when you do it, you got to buy all the controls, Gene. So it's best to replace them all at one time. So if this gets us,
It's natural gas.
yes,
How many boilers?
Is that-
3.
And what are we talking about, the price of replacing a boiler?
The boiler itself, I think you had 2 prices there. One was $9,400 and the other one was $16. But what happens is that the control portion of that, the computer programming, when you replace them, you need to replace all that so you can control it in a manner and make it efficient. I think currently to get it installed by October, this is our most economical measure, unless we're wanting to budget $100,000 to replace 3.
Okay, we have a recommendation from the Building Grounds Committee, like I said, doesn't need a second. Do a roll call vote. Dr. Hausman?
Aye.
The chair votes aye. Motion passes. Okay, we got appointments. We have an appointment to make to the,
Mr. Chairman, if I make a suggestion on that appointment, since y'all will be coming back in closed session, that you've got several people that's asked to be on that y'all discuss it in closed session on Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, and then after you come out of closed session, make your appointment.
I agree. I don't know who Dr. Hausman's talked to and recommendations, and we've got some that
There-
sent us letters
There'll be 3, as far as.
total with the 2 that we,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, 3 total that we need to discuss.
And I don't know if Dr. Catherine Wood, I stopped by that reception to meet the new president this afternoon, and she mentioned there were a couple names. I don't know if they're names you have already, but I will get that information from her and make sure you all have that also.
Does any board member have a problem with coming Thursday at 2:30 instead of 3, or we can get started on our interviews in time?
I'm gonna be pushing to get back at 3. I got a meeting in Blacksburg, so.
Can you do it after you
Yeah.
finish those
Yeah,
interviews?
we can do it after. We can
That's fine.
just start at 3. Okay, moving right on. VML Vaco bid and resolution.
They have the bid, everybody can read it, it's 1.5%. If we need the last action so that they can move forward with this, the voting machines, is passing the resolution that's in the board package.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve this resolution approving the financing terms.
I have a second. Second. Have a motion and a second to approve the resolution from VML/Vaco bid. Any discussion? Here none, I'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Horny? Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes.
And my understanding of that, as soon as they receive the resolution, we can sign the contract and we'll move forth with that.
Okay, we've already covered a county officials summit. I didn't see that under new business, but Mr. Dalton, anything other to bring before the board at this time?
I do not know of anything unless somebody else has something.
I just want to clarify, when you look at this, it says recess until Thursday, July 16th at 12:30.
It's at 3. It's 3.
But it's at 3, okay. Okay.
The original intent is there's another matter under personnel besides that was to start early, but since already, we'll just do it at the end. All up.
I just didn't want to be late.
Does any other board member have anything to bring before the board at this time? Hearing none, I'll recess the board meeting until Thursday, July the 16th at 3 p.m.